Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Kerbal Space Program, Episode 12. This episode's going to be a bit more different than usual. Kind of a special episode, in which we will be using this rocket to launch a special payload I will be revealing soon into space. But first, I need to add in something. In my test flight, things went rather horribly wrong. As, you know, usually they do. 3-meter RCS tank. In that the rocket couldn't turn fast enough to do anything. So this is the payload. It's a giant Reddit upvote. Why am I launching this, you ask? Well, there's this subreddit called our Reddit Plays. And they invited me to submit a video to them, which they are essentially a subreddit in which, how to best describe it? They also have a YouTube channel tied to it, and they take quality Let's Plays from other Redditors and put it up on that YouTube channel as a general way of, I guess, communally growing Redditors' communities on YouTube, and to provide quality Let's Plays. Which, you know, I think that's a pretty good cause. I can get behind that. And I will. So, I have made a giant upvote that we are going to launch into orbit. Pretty neat, huh? Right, so something else I want to do is move these down to here so they fire alongside the boosters. I have a set of nuclear engines here that you can see clearly. I want those to fire alongside the boosters, and for that I need to move the fuel tank down there. Alright. So yeah, I know the upvote looks rather shoddy, but I had a limited number of orange parts to work with here. This is a space program, not goddamn orange orchard thing. I don't even know what analogy I'm trying to make there, but, well, we're not that. That's for sure. Alright. So, to the launch pad. But yes, I was invited by the Big Kahuna, I believe his name is, to make a video for them and submit some Let's Plays. So, you know what, I think what they're doing is pretty awesome. So I'm not just submitting a Let's Play, and I probably will be submitting episodes of my Let's Plays in the future to them. But for now I'm making a video specifically for them. Just as a way to get their word out. They're actually a smaller community than my channel, so, you know, helping the little guy out. Even though I'm still a little guy. Well. So, throttle to maximum, and fire the engines! Can I close orbital ops? Thanks. Don't need that yet. And away we go. Oh, good God. Oh, Christ. Get me RCS! What the heck happened? Why are we leaning? Okay, I have absolutely no idea why this has happened, but in short, there is now nothing that can be done to stop it, it seems. We are now going to plummet into the ocean. A sea of downvotes, I guess you could call it. Luckily, this is an unmanned flight. Figured we didn't need to bring Kerbals on this one since, you know, we're going into low orbit. Nothing major here. And spiraling into the sea. Yeah. Vaporized. Aw, yeah. So, I would say something went horribly, horribly wrong. Let's see about adding on some more conad, or what are they called? Canard, sorry, to them. Maybe that will give us a little more control. And I mean, a little SAS on it. Top of that couldn't hurt either. Alright then. Let's try again, and hopefully we don't spiral into a sea of downvotes. So for those of you who didn't know, and I'm pretty sure I've mentioned in a couple of my other videos, I am a Redditor myself. So, 9gaggers, get lost. Nobody likes you. Alright. Round 2, and fire. Hey, we're not spiraling out of control as much. Oh, jeez. Oh, good God. This thing is rather, unstable. Wow, I can't believe it's holding together, though. I mean, look at that. That is hilarious. Christ, at this rate, we're gonna have to make this a double episode. 2-part special. And looks like we're heading back out into the sea of downvotes. You know what? I wonder what happens if I just eject the boosters right now. That, apparently. Well, at least we survived it. If we had any Kerbals on board, we would have survived it at least. And that's the boosters scattering off into the skies. And the flight. So, I would say we are rather quite unstable. Which is to be expected considering, you know. Well, I mean, have you looked at the ship lately? It's not exactly, you know, very good material. It's just totally made out of, like, Chinese parts. And let's add on some more for additional stability. Alright. So now, hopefully, the wobbling will be gone. That should be enough struts to kill the wobble. So, round 3. Ready, set, kill route on. Actually, you know what? Let's hit surf and fire. Throttle up the internal engines, or the nuclear engines on the inside, I should say. Don't really know. Hey, we aren't wobbling. We aren't anything, really. This is excellent. This is actually really good. I mean, I figured, like, we'd be wobbling the entire way up and maybe hold on. That was pretty much the entire plan. A little more severe than this, I was thinking, but hey, I'll take what I get. I wasn't planning on specifically trying to edge us closer, as close as possible to disaster or anything. I was hoping you don't get hit by a falling booster from the last flight. That would be embarrassing. I mean, if anyone ever checks out my graveyard down there, my graveyard used to be a lot worse. There's like random tanks of fuel lying out in front of the runway, and on occasion, when I was taking off with a plane, I'd just smack into one of those fuel tanks, and it was just terrible. Because the majority of my planes couldn't take off on the runway; they needed more land, and they just had to keep going, and often just took off at the beach. All right, boosters ejected. So we are now at 30,000 feet. And climbing steadily. as well activate the RCS now. Ah. Keep us steady and stable. What is our apoapsis currently looking at? 80,000? We really need to move that over. I'll explain this later. Alright. Apoapsis climbing. Can our ship survive ×2 speed? Yeah, it's pretty much the same stability. And we've officially exited the atmosphere, everybody. Huzzah! Alright, so let's go to 150,000 meters of an apoapsis. One 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 49, 50. Alright. So, we are now heading for our apoapsis. 1 minute and 30 seconds away, or about 45 seconds, really. But we're heading for that awfully fast, aren't we? Well, the best part about this is we slow down as we head towards it, so we will actually arrive there about then. I've learned not to trust my guessing and eyesight on it, and it's really just, that's just how long it is, and you really actually have to trust the computer. Which I really hate doing. Alright, hitting the apoapsis in 30 seconds. Still getting awfully quick for that, I know. But we're also on double speed, so it's like 5 seconds. Circularize the orbit. RCS on. Alright, lean over to the side. Nice and easy. Probably should have leaned over and been more prepared, but what you gonna do, I suppose? I guess crash into the ground's the answer. And I'd be firing right now if I could, but MechJeb's in control. Alright, so now we're firing. And altitude is decreasing. I hope we're on something that will reduce the rate of descent. Okay, engines are overheating. Gonna have to let them cook as much as possible, though. Try and keep us from completely falling out of the sky. $125,000. Come on. Okay, our rate of descent is increasing. Why do you fail me, MechJeb? Why? We're down to 100,000. Yep, it was a good attempt. Considering that's the coast we launched from, we aren't exactly going very far. Like, we have not moved in the slightest. That's more so because of the rotation of the planet than anything, but... So, yeah, we pulled off the attempted circularization far too late. Let's give it another shot. And we're back somewhere over Kerbin. And by somewhere I mean on the next attempt. Alright, this time I'm going to go for a little bit higher. And I am also going to screw the orbital operations, because I think I'm better than it. And I'm just going to begin the grav turn here. Ugh. There we go. With RCS, much easier. Oh dear. Alright, maybe I botched it completely, I don't know. Should kill road and keep me at this angle, that's fine too. I'm not very picky about the way the way it works. We are still ascending at this point. So there's no real risk of us rampantly crashing into the planet again. Engines aren't overheating. Alright, it looks like we're actually going to make it in orbit for once. Considering I've been doing lots of landing missions, and I tend to do the Crazy Ivan style, screw orbital transfer, just fly right there. This is probably the first time in a while I've actually orbited anything around Kerbin. I mean, we've got a couple of satellites flying around, some of them in really weird decaying orbits. Yeah, that's like going into the atmosphere, says that. Couple of satellites out there. And hey, we're getting in orbit. Let's bring our nose down just a bit. Not too far now. Okay, looks like we're getting a polar orbit. It wasn't exactly what I had planned, but it'll do. We have a periapsis, and it is outside the atmosphere. We are in a stable orbit, everybody. Huzzah! And we've burned half of our RCS. Alright, can I get orbital operations? I need a circularization. So I'm just going to give it over to MechJeb at this point because I think it's probably good. And can probably figure out how to circularize the orbit. Wait, what the hell is it doing? Okay, whatever the heck it's doing, abort. Okay, never mind. You know what? MechJeb is crazy. Let us warp to the apoapsis. Alright, so we are connected via satellite now. Where's the smart ASS, the only piece of this thing that ever works properly? Make me face in the prograd direction. On my apoapsis, I will fire and bring out my periapsis. warp. Okay, apparently it decided to skip. Oh, whoops, I programmed it to go to our periapsis. Wrong one. Oh well, let's sit and enjoy the amazing view as this Upvote orbits the planet. The things Redditors can accomplish if they ever get off Reddit. Arr, 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 arr. There's the polar caps. And alright, we're getting there. Okay, we can speed up our rate of orbit now. Most excellent. Almost there. Alright, we've got about 15 seconds lead time. Alright, here goes nothing. Prograd. Fire. Now is the point to fire to raise my apoapsis, or periapsis, to 423. Very well, we have a pretty even orbit now. So people have been probably wondering what this space dock is. The answer to that is this. I have the ability to build ships in space, only if I have a space dock, however. I have placed a specific piece in here. I believe it's right there. Yeah. That will turn this flying upvote into a space dock, in an orbital construction platform in which I can so freely, if I choose, what the heck? Round trip delay, okay, it's not bad. Build spacecraft up here. There is a catch to it, though. I have to orbit the materials for the craft first. So I can, over the course of 5 or 6 missions, bring up enough materials to build a much larger craft in space that I don't have to worry about orbiting. The technology of orbital construction has been unlocked for me. And I'm sure that this will help me in many of my future missions. But we have an upvote flying around Kerbin now. As I said, though, this video is made on request of the Big Kahuna for Reddit plays. A interesting little community that I think I'm going to be contributing to every so often. For those of you who are watching this on Reddit plays, I'm Kailvin, and a fellow Redditor. You can find me at youtube.com/KAILVIN, if it's not in the description of the video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like, upvote. Okay, maybe I've been on too much Reddit myself. Like, and subscribe to me and to Reddit Plays. I'm sure they've got some interesting stuff there. So, until next time, this is Kailvin signing off.